So the Tampa Bay Lightning make off with the belle of the ball. They get David Savard, pry him away from the Columbus Blue Jackets, the right shot defensive defenseman. The right side looks beefy now, and we'll get more into depth on that in a second. But let's just look at the deal. Now, there's 3 teams that were involved in this in order to make all the money work out. Tampa obviously got David Savard. They also got Brian Lashoff from Detroit because Detroit kept 50% of Savard's salary because he was traded from Columbus to Detroit and then traded to Tampa Bay, in which the Lightning gave the Red Wings a 4th-round pick in 2021 for their troubles and for keeping 50% of that cap. So Brian Lashoff, who's been a career AHLer in the past 6 or so seasons, went the other way to Tampa as well, who's now buried in their AHL books. And then Columbus, who also retained 50% of David Savard's salary, got a 1st-round pick from Tampa in 2021 and a 3rd-round pick in 2022. Not bad. Tampa didn't have to give up a prospect or anything. Gave up a 1st, a 3rd, and a 4th, the 3rd from the next year, and no current players or anything. So that's pretty good managing on the GM's part from Julien BriseBois. I mean, we could be bitter about it and say, oh, cap circumvention and blah, 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 and complain about it. But hey, he made it work. It's legal. It's done. And Tampa's looking really good right now. Now, Savard's numbers, very quickly. He's a 6'2", 229-pound defenseman, by the way, from St. Hyacinthe, Quebec. He's 30 years old. Of course, he's a UFA after this season. He was making 4.250 against the cap. That's million. In 40 games this season, he's got 1 goal, 6 points, minus 19 with 24 penalty minutes. But you have to think, Columbus hasn't exactly been the greatest team this year, and that counts for their goaltenders as well. Now, he's also got a ton of playoff experience. He's been to the dance the last 4 seasons. He's got 37 game points under his belt with 1 goal, 11 points, and minus 7 in all of them. Now, what does Tampa's defense look like on the right side? Well, they've got a bit of an overflux problem because Jan Rutta, yes, he's been injured lately. He's another right shot D, and they put him on the LTR. But he should be good to go as soon as the playoffs are ready. And right now, they've got Cal Foote playing with Hedman, Cernak with McDonough, and they have Ben Thomas playing with Sergachev. So I would imagine Savard would slip into the top 2 pairings there, and you'd see Cernak, Savard, and then maybe Rutta. And I'm talking about, for the playoffs, obviously. Maybe he edges out Foote, or maybe they swap each other every other game or something like that, or Tampa goes up in the series, Foote sees some more ice time. I mean, I give Rutta the slight edge because he's got at least some playoff games under his belt. Or, as soon as there's an injury, Foote will probably step right in there. He's been reliable defensively as well, so I don't think they're too worried about the guy. But all these right shot defensemen are huge, beefy guys. They're all mostly 6'3". I think Savard's the shortest here at 6'2", and they all start at 209 pounds and up. So big boys. So this team just looks stacked right now. Stamkos is hurt, but he'll probably be back in 2-3 games. Kucherov's gonna magically reappear at the beginning of the playoffs. So they look like they're ready for a long run. I would love to hear from you and what you think of this team and their lineup on the right side in the comment section down below. What you think about this trade overall. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, which will alert you when my next video comes out. Please be kind to each other out there in this crazy world we're living in. Remember that the trade deadline is about a day and a half away, and I'll be putting out a ton of videos. And that's all. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.